Hey guys, this is Cindy over at paper.old.new. Thanks for stopping by and spending some time with me today. We are working on Tina's mask makes, and I can't believe it. We are on day 97, guys. I can't believe we've done it so far. So we're making these little envelope window booklets. So as you can see, the outside of mine are kind of, yeah. I do them a little bit differently than she did. So as usual, her her channel playlist for all of these videos is linked in my description box, and you can go find her video. Remember, my episode 97 links to her week 97, week 197, like that. So you can go find the video of this same project. But we're going to make these. You can make these out of any envelope that you have that has a window in it. Assuming you want the window pocket. I mean, it's a pocket. So, these took a lot of time. So I'm going to show you how I did them, minus this bit. I'm going to link a video where I cut the window out of a piece of paper. I'm going to link a video where I did that in my description box so you can see that being done, because I don't want to do it in this video and it be like a big time thing, because these are already kind of time consuming, because there's multiple ways you can do the outside, and that's one option. So I'm not going to do that, but I will link a video where I do it. Basically what we're going to do is we're going to put a pocket inside the front. Now, when Tina did it, she covered her back first and went over her line and then put her pocket on. The way I'm going to do it is I'm going to put my pocket on and then line the entire envelope with the same paper. Personal choice. So, but first I need to trim down my envelope. Let me get my cutter. Knocking things all over the place. Okay. So basically, I'm going to trim one of these windows off. I don't want it to be this wide. This is going to be like a little long, tall little booklet. Okay, I'm going to cut relatively close to this window, though. Let me see. I'll line it up on that line, so hopefully it's sort of straight. Maybe, not really, but, you know, whatever. All right, and then you want this to overhang you want this to be your wrap. So you're going to have a wrap around kind of a thing. So this is going to be a little tall, narrow one. All right. So let's get this done. And basically all I'm going to do is I'm going to glue all around my three sides like you would for any pocket. Now what Tina did was she glued her pocket. The reason she did it the way she did it was because she used it as, she coffee dyed the back of her paper. She put her liner page in up to here to reinforce this fold in the envelope. And then she used the back of this piece as journaling paper. It would help if mine would go where it's supposed to go. Yes, there we go. Okay. All right, and then that's going to fold over like that, and we have our pocket. Now, this envelope is plain white, and she had one that was plain white. She just coffee dyed the outside and that was it. She didn't do anything else to the outside of her envelope. A lot of my envelope, this one's plain white, but a lot of my envelopes have stamps or return postage things or, like that. And it's not necessarily something I just want to coffee dye over. So I would probably cover them. But this one, she just coffee dyed it. The other thing you have to take into consideration is how thick your envelope is, because of course you're using this as a pocket. If you think that's sturdy enough to just be coffee dyed and left, then that's what you can do for your front. You can just coffee dye it if it's blank white. Or dye it with, food dye or whatever you want to dye it with. You can just dye it. Or you can ink it. So you don't have to cover it, is my point. With more paper. Or whatever. Okay, and then I put it up a little high, so we're going to trim up here on the edge. Okay, now, for the inside, let's set this off to the side over here. For the inside, I'm going to take this little guy, hopefully. Oh, no, it's not tall enough. And it's not wide enough this way. Oh, we're not using that. Okay, what am I using? How about... I might have some more of that. Wait. I guess that was my last sheet. I think that's my last sheet of this, too. Okay. It's all right. Okay. Back to what I was doing. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to line this. We're going to line this. So I'm going to take it. Oh, I know what I need to do. We need to straighten up that edge. Sorry. So this edge where the envelope is, if your envelope has one of these V-shaped edges, you kind of want to flatten that out. It needs to be longer than this, but you want it to be flat because you're going to fold paper over it. It just makes it easier. Okay, so we're going to glue. And like I said, I'm gluing my whole booklet. So I'm backing this pocket. It's going to be really reinforced on this side. This one's kind of small, so I'll just go ahead and do the whole thing. Usually I'll do half of it, glue it, and then do the other half. But this one's relatively small, so we'll just do the whole thing. All right. I suppose it doesn't really matter. Just where I want the curly cues. I think I want it on there. So we're going to put that on there like that. Okay. Losing my bone folder. So in all honesty, I did this video once. That's why I have 3 of them already made over there. And the video was a disaster. So I was like, I'm not posting that. It's ridiculous. So we're going to try again. Now, what I have found, and you can decide how you want to do this all on your own, but what I have found is I go up along this edge to cut this out, because you can cover the back of your booklet with this. So I'm going to go up along this edge, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go out from here a little bit. I'm going to show you why in just a second. First of all, because I don't cut straight. But I'm going to go out from here a little bit. Okay? And then I'm going to cut up to the end of the page. And this is because I don't cut straight. So if you have that problem as well, this is just a little advice. And then I want to make sure that this side is, well, we can figure that out. This one's too close to worry about. I mean, normally if I'm in from the side, I would do the same thing on this side. So I would cut right in right there, and then I would cut anything off that's sticking out on this side. And then I would use this. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to fold this over. Okay, right along the edge of your envelope. Now, mine comes all the way to the front. So if I really, really wanted to, I can wrap this all the way up to the edge of my window, which I'm thinking I might do, because that will decorate part of the front of my book. So I'm just going to do like that. And then we're going to cut that off. And I'm actually going to do it with my paper cutter because I want it to cut kind of in the middle of that fold. Why are you just... Okay. Just like that. My paper cutter's acting up again. Go figure. And look, it's not cutting straight. Go figure. All right, so I'm going to get this all, I want to get this all burnished good so that I have a nice fold in there. And that goes right up to the edge of my window. Okay? And then I can decorate the rest of the cover when I'm ready. But we're going to glue this down. All right, so I'm actually going to glue all the way over to my window. And you don't have to do this. You can always just glue it on the back and then cover your front separately. But I thought, why not? Yeah, the first time I tried to do this run through, it was an unmitigated disaster. It was a mess. But the nice thing about it was I got practice. So now I think I can do these a little better and it won't be quite so awful. All right, now what that does, by the way, that little tip, it allows me to see the edge of my envelope on this side. Because if I had folded it over and this side still had some here, I wouldn't be able to see the edge of my envelope. I'd have to guess. And I'm no good at guessing. So we're just going to cut this off. This is the edge of my envelope. Everything gets cut nice and even. And yay. All right. This too can get trimmed. I don't know. Okay. And there we have it. And then I find my fold. Should be right about there. Yeah, that looks about right. All right. Now we're going to refold the fold on the envelope. Crease it real good. All right. And then this folds over like that as a closure for your booklet. Apparently I have some sticking out over here. So we'll cut that off. And then my booklet closure should work. Okay. And then this closes over like this to close your booklet off. All right. And this is a tall, skinny one. And then what you would do is open it up and you can put pages in there or a flippy pad or whatever you want. Okay. And then, of course, you can finish covering this, which is what I would do with most of mine. And you could just do it with, I mean, like I used this pad. I could just do it with papers from this pad. So I might take that and put it there. Or I could even take it and put it like this. Figure out where it needs to be cut. So it would get cut there. And then it would get cut there. Okay, so we go like this. And then we go like this. And we put this one here like this. And of course you can put it down and then trim off any excess that you don't want. But that gets a piece on your window and then you can cover the rest of your window with, you know, whatever. And you could even, like I could tear this so that we get a little bit of a torn look over here. You really wanted to, I don't know how good I'm going to do that. Now you watch, I'm going to ruin this because I'll tear it too wide. The only reason I'm even trying this is because my piece seems to be too, oh, I just got it. So I could do that. And then put that down on there. And then I would just have to cover up here. So that's kind of fun. I like it. Okay, we're going to do it. Now, closures are an optional thing. You could do a policy closure. We've been doing a lot of those lately. You could do an eyelet with some string through it. You could do, you could just wrap string around it. Okay, so we have that. All right, and then you can just cover the top with something, and how adorable is that? Okay, we may come back and finish decorating that one. Let's look at doing another book. Let me find some of my envelopes here. This one's kind of, my window is set way far out, so these books end up looking kind of square-ish. Let's try this one. I feel like I could do this one okay. Let's cut. Okay, we're going to cut right along here. I'm using the words as my straight because I don't have any straight edges on this envelope. So it's making it hard to line it up on this thing. All right, and then I'm going to, remember what I said, trimming all this uneven off makes it easier when you're trying to do your overlap piece. Okay, so that will be my, let's get these pieces out of the way. That will be my envelope. Now, on here, we are going to put, and I'm going to move all this stuff out of the way. And I've got all kind of stuff falling all over the place over here. Oh. Now I have this, and I'm wondering, I like that. I could line the inside of the book, or could I? Ooh, no, I can't. But I could definitely use some of it to cover the outside. I'm going to set that off to the side. Might not use that. What if I just put this in the window? That's kind of pretty. Okay, so what I'm going to do this time is, now your window on your paper, so I'm looking at this and I'm going, okay, what do I want on my paper? And I want this, but it's too far out or in or whatever. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to open my envelope up and I'm going to put my glue on like my pocket. Like so. We're going to take this and we're going to put it down on what I want as my window. And that happens to work out that I get the top edge all already lined up. Okay, so we're going to do this edge. I'm going to squish it out this way away from my pocket. Down there. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold this back at its seam and we'll cut it off on this side as soon as I find my scissors. And I got a lot of glue to cut through, so just be careful not to cut your fold because then your little booklet will come apart. You can always put it back together, but these are already somewhat time consuming because of like all the surface covering that you're doing and, you know, that sort of thing. And if you're going to collage the front of your envelopes, these strips are really nice to keep because a lot of times they'll fit up one of these sides. So, not for nothing. All right, and then we're going to do along the bottom here. I'm making all kinds of bits to collage envelope fronts. I don't mind the collaged envelope front. Sometimes it feels a little forced, but because you're working around that window and you're like forcing things into shapes, and I don't know. And sometimes I feel like you're always doing the same thing. So you're putting a strip here and you're putting a strip here and you're putting a strip here, and like, you know, so it always looks the same, which is why I tried doing that torn thing on the one that we just did, just to give it a different look. Okay, now there's my window with my pocket. Now I'm thinking this, am I going to have the same? Oh no, it would fit in there too. Okay, I got plenty of room. All right, so this is going to go on here like this. I'm going to try and get it in the corner so I don't have too much to cut off on either side. On the bottom of the side. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and glue part of it down to get it positioned. How's y'all doing? My daughter is doing the, like, she's concentrating on a single subject. She's decided she wants to see if she can, like she has, like, for example, she has geography this year. And she's like, okay, I'm going to try and get all my geography done. I said, okay. I said, but if we're going to do this and you're going to take weeks at a time to concentrate on a single subject, I'm going to have minimums that you have to meet every day. And if you don't meet that minimum, then we're not going to do this. Because she'll get so far behind working on one subject that nothing will get done. And she'll have to repeat 9th grade. So, trying to avoid repeating 9th grade. All right. Since I've got that positioned, I'm going to go ahead and cut along here. I'm doing these steps out of order. I don't know why I decided that cutting along here would be the good next step, but all right. And I'm going to do that same thing where I go up and then I clip over like this so that hangs down. So that hangs over. All right, and then we're going to glue this piece down. So yeah, so she's, as a matter of fact, that's what she's upstairs working on. She's working on geography, and I gave her a minimum that she has to get accomplished each day. If she, falls behind, or then I told her, I said, this plan isn't going to work. Because she has a tendency to, oh, well, I've got all this time. I could just do, and then she loses track. And then suddenly we're up at the deadline and she's still, she's got 1 week left and she's still got 3 weeks worth of work to do. We came to the end of both quarters with me telling her, okay, this is what I need you to get done by the end of, I would give her like 3 weeks. I would say, okay, this is where you need to be by the end of 3 weeks. And I said, go for it, make it happen. And sorry, I'm starting to stick to my mat, so I need to make some. I also need to fix this. What do we do over here? I must not have cut that right, because this is all. Come on, grab it. So yeah, that's her thing. She wants to try and, she feels like she'll feel accomplished if she can say, I don't have any more geography to do for the rest of the year. And she feels like that will make her feel better. And I said, okay, well. All right, so you're folding over again, like we did before. This time I'm going to fold to this back edge. I may bring this around to the front like I did before, except this time it'll wrap around my window. So I may do that trick that I did with this, where I do the folds and try and tear it so that it fits around the window. So I'm just going to go to here. So let's go, let's glue it to the back. So we'll see how that goes. Also, some exciting news. I'm going to be releasing a trailer for a new series in the next couple of days. I'm hoping soon because I want this project is exciting for a couple of reasons, and I just really want to. I really, really want to start it. Again, for a couple of reasons, which I'm hoping you will hear about in the trailer. Okay, so this folds back to here. I'm just going to fold that like that. I'm going to keep it attached, but I'm just going to fold it back right now. All right, and I'm going to cut it off. We're going to cut off the edge. Like this. All right. I have a lot of glue on these scissors. Okay. And then we need to fold our booklet like so. And then this is our flap. So we bring our flap over like this. I love these little flaps. They're a little hard to fold. Well, the way I do them, they're a little hard to fold. Actually, no. I mean, I guess she did them this way too. She covered the inside of part of her envelope with the part with the flap on it and then wrapped it around and did it again. And I'm using paper, not card. So I feel like if you used card, you might have a little bit of trouble with some of these things, but all right, so there's that flap. And this one, I was talking about doing the thing where you fold it back like this along the window. And then I'm not really sure how I'm going to fold it up. I guess I just have to kind of eyeball it and tear it. Better to overlap the window than to not get enough off. Ooh. Okay. Oh, I needed to go this way, right? I'm trying to tear along that fold, but... Oh, no, not in there. Okay. And then that will go around my window there. And I think I'm going to tear this off because it's got that perforated edge on it. Not to mention the fact that I could do an interesting angle like that. So that'll be good. Okay, so I do that, and then I can decorate the rest of this. And I would decorate under the flap, too. Like so. And I probably would not use this. That's just my personal thing. But, you know, you have to do your thing the way you want to. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and pull this one back out. And we're going to try and see if we can't decorate the rest of it. I'm not really sure. I don't know what I want my closure to be, so I don't know that I'll do that part. But I feel like we could do some of the other stuff, which part of which would be to get something for the top of this up here. And I'm not sure what I have in my scraps that I would want to use. I don't think I want to use that. And I'm not sure I want to use that. No. Okay. So let me look over here. I have this piece here with the lace that might be kind of interesting up there. All right, well, let's do... I'm actually going to cut this off of here. Tear it. Huh. Oh shoot, I tore it too small. Too short, I mean. Alright, you know what? I'm going to glue it down anyway, and then we're going to decorate with some... I kind of want to put some flowers on it, like some fabric flowers. So maybe we can cover up some of the spots that aren't quite so... So we go like that. Alright. See, and that doesn't look bad. And then you have the front of your envelope. You have your pocket. Oh no, did it go through? Where's my... Oh, okay. We're good. Alright, now that's a narrow pocket, but it's a pocket. Okay, now what I was thinking was maybe we could put some flowers on it. You know me, guys, I love my flowers. Okay, so we could do something up in this corner up here to cover up the fact that there's no... Is that what I want up there? Maybe one of these. I almost want something slightly bigger, but I don't know that I have any in-between flowers. Like, I think I go straight up to stuff like this. And that is a little too big. I mean, maybe not. I would like something between. I don't know if I have anything in between. That's a little bit smaller. What if we did... two of these, like something like that. I kind of wanted to overlap the window a little bit. That's why I wanted to cover up that white spot, but I also wanted to overlap the window a little bit. So I'm kind of trying to do both. Okay, and then I could do something down here. Like that. Now we just have to get middles for all of them. Okay, I'm going to put this one down first. I think. If I can get my glue to come out. Tag one, that was a lot of glue. Ouch. Okay, and I'm going to put this one down. Just like that. I don't want to move it too much because I got it where I like it. Okay. And then we're going to put this one kind of up here. And then I have to find middles. Oh. I also don't want it to fold my petals. So like this can go down on here, but I don't want it to fold my petals. Okay. So that's like that, and then I have to get middles for all of them. I've got some of my bling over here. I took a bunch of it on my other project. All right, so I can do pearls. Will these pearls go, or are they too... Are they not the right color? I'm kind of not feeling like they are too far off. They feel a little purple. So I'm going to put one here. And the other one here. right. It's a little sticky backs on the backs of the pearls. Okay, and then I'm going to stick a green one. Also not the right color green, but somehow it's still okay. Up here. And then I need something to go in the middle of there. These pearls are too small. I don't think that's big enough either. Okay, so let's move all this out of the way. And find a, well, you know me guys, a button. That's too big. There's pink. How about that? My buttons are still down here. Let me see if I've got a small one. Okay, I got some smaller ones. Let's see. And I found a piece of lace over there. I don't know if we'll use it, but I could bunch it up here along this window. Probably not. Okay, that sits too high. That's one of those ones with the, which really bums me out because I think that looks cute in there. But I got a smaller version of that other one, and I can stick this in here. Yeah, that'll go. Okay, and then like I said, this lays over here, and then you would put some sort of closure. Now, because I put those buttons and things on there, I would probably do an eyelet with string, just because you can then wrap that around and it doesn't matter. That won't be a big deal. It's the only thing about these with the flap on the front is the, I could also, I mean, this has got such a nice finished edge because I folded it around, but if I really wanted to, I could trim some off of that flap. I just don't really want to. So there's that. Oh, I could also put that lace on the flap. That's not long enough, but you could, you know, you could add something like that to your flap. How much time do I have? Let's see. I can punch a thing. Want to use a little one or a bigger one? No. Not those. Let's see what I got in here. I do have little white ones. The problem would be getting string through that hole, because it's so teeny. And then I have these white ones, or I have silver. I might do silver just to give it some shine, since I've got those shiny pearl centers on the flowers. Okay, now we're going to put this through here like this. Hopefully it's centered. Oops, no. Okay. Oh, that's low. Okay, that's where we're going to go with it. All right. And then we push this down. And we put this one here. Now, my problem with having done this, not that I have an actual problem with it, I like it. Okay, so I have my eyelet in there. Now, what I would do is wrap string. My problem is none of my strings match. You know, all that string I've got. I was making the comment the other day, I wish I had more colors. I'm going to have to order more baker's twine. I don't have anything that would go with this. So I have that's my issue. So I'm not going to string anything through it, but you get the idea. So I would string through there, and then I would wrap it around the book. And you could tuck it in, and there you have it. So these are these little window booklets. Like I said, I did a practice run and a previous video, and it went really bad. But it gave me practice, and I was able to come back, and we were able to get one done and decorated. I would just, like I said, I would just have to get some string that matches, because I don't have any that goes. And then you saw my idea for starting decorating on this particular window. Get out your junk mail envelopes and give these a shot. I think they're a lot of fun, and as you can see, you can make them in all different shapes and sizes. I mean, these little bitty tall narrow ones are kind of my favorite. Although I wasn't really being all that thoughtful about the flap on that one, but I'll give myself a pass. But anyway, so look out for the trailer I was talking about, and head over to Tina's playlist and check these out the way she does them. And I will see you guys tomorrow with day 98. Bye bye.